A production of Flint Energies, your local touch-tone energy cooperative. Front Porch Chats brings you along while we share interesting events, places to go, important programs, and hidden gems located in Central and Southwest Georgia. Grab a glass of iced tea while we chat for a spell. Hi, I'm your host, Natalie Bradley, and today we are going to find out how Georgia's longest yard sale is making an impact on our communities and how you can be a part of it. This coming weekend on Friday, March 8th and Saturday, March 9th, Peaches to the Beaches is happening once again, and you definitely don't want to miss it. Recently, I had the pleasure of interviewing Ms. Paula Rogers, who works for the Telfair County Chamber of Commerce in McRae, Georgia, and she's also on the board for Peaches to the Beaches. We talked at length about this event, and it was such a great conversation. And then when I started editing for this podcast, we had some serious technical difficulties that could not be fixed. And with schedules and that sort of thing, I am re-recording this solo today so that you can have all the information that we discussed and learn more about the event, because you definitely want to go if you've never been before. A lot of people are still kind of new to Peaches to the Beaches, or maybe you've never even heard of it for whatever reason. And we want to make sure that you know about this very unique event in Georgia and hear about how it really impacts our communities that are involved in it. This is known as Georgia's longest yard sale. And there are now 11 counties involved, which that's a lot. But this started out back when Miss Evelyn Simmons, who was with the tourism board in Jeff Davis County, she heard about a huge yard sale in Alabama. And she thought this would be a great thing for Georgia, in particular, an interesting draw for tourism throughout Georgia. So back in 2005, Peaches to the Beaches started from Brunswick to Perry, Georgia. Now, that's a nice little stretch by itself, but over the years, the event has worked its way up all the way to Barnesville. That's the northern end of Highway 341, and the southern end, of course, is down in Brunswick. So basically, the way Peaches to the Beaches works is that it goes along this stretch of Highway 341, and each community has its own coordinator. For the most part, this is the tourism office or the Chamber of Commerce for each county, but in some cases, it might be like a downtown development person. We're going to give you some information later, so don't worry, so that you can click through and go find out more details and see where things are taking place in your community, or perhaps you want to also sell and you can still get your vendor form in and participate in this really exciting event this weekend. You can actually participate by renting a space to set up your booth and sell your products. You can also rent banners to promote the location for the event, which they highly recommend because it makes it very easy for people to find you. Let's say that you want to have an official site for yourself as an individual. You want to rent a space. You can rent this banner and it will put you down as an official site, and people recognize that logo and they will stop along the way. If you live along Highway 341, you can rent a yard sign from, the local chamber or tourism organization that's handling your area's Peaches to the Beaches involvement, and make sure that you've got that banner out next to the road in a very easy to see place, because again, that lets people know that you're participating and you want them to pull off and spend that money with you. There are also really large organizations like churches, for example, that are participating. And this is a big fundraiser so that they can help raise extra funds more than they could by just, having offerings from within their congregation so that they can in turn give back to their communities and serve people. So this is a really wonderful way to not only help your local economy, but also help local charitable organizations or, come together to be able to support others. I have heard people talk about Peaches to the Beaches for years. And I have some friends that are all about antiquing. They are all about thrifting and they love finding fun things. And they look forward to this event every single year. I'm trying to think of the name of that show. It was on HGTV. It was like gypsy junking or junking gypsies or something like that. It was a really fun show, but these people, like these sisters, I believe they were sisters, they loved going to yard sales and thrift shops and finding really funky different things. And then they have this boutique where they sell their things, or they have clients where they go in and they actually decorate their homes with these things. So it's a really fun thing. And it's like become this trend throughout the country where people love junking or thrifting or antiquing, depending on, how you identify with those fun trends, what you call it. But this has also become a really fun destination type event where, people can eat in these places. They can stop and shop for a spell, get off the road, and just basically like make an adventure trip out of this. What's really interesting to me about this event is that they are seeing a lot of people coming to Peaches to the Beaches yard sale from all over the United States, y'all. They have even had some from Canada come to shop. That's how high quality a lot of these items are. And I just find that really fascinating. There are repeat visitors every year. A lot of people make this a girls' weekend trip or a family trip, or multiple families take trips together. And it's just a fun few days for these people. Many people come down like on a Thursday. They'll stay at a hotel, an Airbnb, a bed and breakfast, or maybe they're in an RV campsite. And then they'll go do the yard sale Friday, spend the night Friday night somewhere along the trail. Then they'll go Saturday, spend the night again somewhere, and then they fly home or drive home on Sunday. At most of the official sites that each county has, you're going to find food vendors there as well as fabulous local restaurants. So even if it's like a teeny tiny town, chances are you're going to be able to find at least a snack, if not a full meal. And truly, Miss Paula has told me you're going to find everything you need. There's vendors that sell food, antiques, yard sale items, handmade crafts, people who sell homemade jellies, jams, pickles, you name it, you can find it. It is a true Southern experience. A lot of people you're going to see along the way, they bring trailers. I mean, these people are serious that come. There's a lot of hobbyists or people that just want to come and, just have some, a good time with everybody and go check it out. But then some of these people are like serious and bring in their trailers or their flatbeds, their vans, and they have them loaded down when they leave. I've even spoken to a few interior designers around the Perry area who shop these sales. They find incredible antiques that they just cannot believe people are selling for almost nothing. One-of-a-kind items. They're able to find these for their clients, or they sell them in their shops later. In addition, of course, to regular people like you and me that are just looking for really cool, interesting things. You never know what you're going to find. So again, it's this Friday and Saturday, March 8th and 9th. This is 2024, in case you're listening to this a different year. And it's 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. both days, both Friday and Saturday. It's always the second Friday and Saturday of March. So if you're listening to this and it's a different year, look at your calendar. Whatever the second Friday and Saturday is in March, that's when Peaches to the Beaches is going to be. And again, it takes place along Highway 341, with the northern end being in Barnesville, Georgia. You stay on 341 all the way to Brunswick. And what Miss Paula has told me is a lot of people, they have kind of created like a tradition, I guess is the best way to say it. So a lot of people are coming about halfway through. They'll spend the night and they pick a direction, so they'll start, for example, they'll come in Perry, they'll spend the night in Perry, and then they'll go towards Barnesville, and then they'll come back and make their way back. Then the next day they go south and they go all the way to Brunswick, and then they come back. Other people will start up in Barnesville, work their way down as far as they can, stop for the night, get up the next day, work their way the rest of the way down, or vice versa. So the main cities that you're going to find along this route are Barnesville, Roberta, Fort Valley, Perry, Eastman, McRae, Hazelhurst, Baxley, Odom, Jessup, and Brunswick. So you can really start anywhere you want to along the way. It's important, again, to look for those Peaches to the Beaches yard signs and banners, because you'll also find people set up that are selling in between the cities out along the highway in the country. They will seriously be dotted all up and down this highway. The stretch from Roberta, Crawford County area through Fort Valley, which is in Peach County, then into Perry and Houston County, that's right in the heart of our service area for Flint Energies. So this impacts a lot of our members and a lot of our members' communities. And that's really why we are sharing this today with all of you. Miss Patty Temple from the Roberta Crawford County Chamber of Commerce has talked a great deal about how this event has impacted their area in particular. Not only are they having successful yard sales in Crawford County, but downtown Roberta sees a mass influx of traffic with Peaches to the Beaches. People end up shopping downtown and the boutiques that are there, or they'll go eat lunch or dinner there. She said that a lot of times they'll snack with the food trucks in between, but they like to go and like sit down somewhere and have a break and go inside maybe, or just have an hour, 2 hours just to kind of chill out and enjoy the area and the local attraction. And I think that it's not just a fun trip, which of course we're always looking for fun and interesting things to do. But what a wonderful way this is to inject some extra tourism dollars into these places that are rich with history. And you may find out really interesting facts, trivia about these places that you would have never known. Also, a lot of people may not even know that some of these places exist, to be honest with you. I mean, like if it's off the beaten path and it's not along a highway or a road that you normally travel on, we're missing out. Interstates are great. They make things very efficient for us, but it's also kind of eliminated a lot of the fun that happens when you get off the main drives and you just enjoy yourself and kind of get lost for a little while and enjoy finding funky and different places, unique shops and restaurants that you never would have visited or encountered before. And this event really makes that possible. We really want to encourage people to go and check it out. One of the main reasons that Peaches to the Beaches was created in the first place was to bring people through our communities. Not only are people shopping these yard sales, but again, they're spending the night in our hotels or going camping at state parks or RV parks along the way. A lot of shoppers will see the unique places that they want to, stick their heads in and check out along the way, boutiques, you name it. People are eating at restaurants, or they're just getting gas. They're stopping at a convenience store to buy a Coke, a snack, ice, whatever that looks like. They're spending money in these communities. So those businesses are obviously making money from customers they wouldn't normally see. And then you also have sales tax that come from every one of those purchases, and those go back into the communities from all of those many purchases that add up, and that impacts our counties in so many positive ways. In the show notes, we're going to link to the official Peaches to the Beaches website and also the Facebook page, and that's going to give you a lot more detailed information. So if you're looking for something fun and different to do with your family, your friends, your church, any kind of group, come out and support events just like this one that really get into our communities. Make memories with one another. I talk to a lot of people in my job out in the community, and I still hear a lot of people talk about loneliness and anxiety and the issues that we have of feeling not connected, how it's plagued our cities and our communities since COVID. And we're still, getting that traction, trying to get back to where we were beforehand in a lot of these places. And, this is just one example of a really easy way to get out there, make some connections with people. Even if you're just going by yourself, you can talk to people and encounter some new and different places, make you feel like you're part of something greater than yourself. It's fun in the process, and then you can come home with some treasures too. So this is March 8th and 9th. 2024, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Friday and Saturday, all along Highway 341. You can go to explore341.org. Look for that in the show notes. The link will take you straight to the official website for more information. You can find vendor forms, locations, you name it, at your local chamber or tourism shop. Reach out through the website or the Facebook page if you can't find what you're looking for. Make sure you share this episode with a friend. Help us spread the word about Peaches to the Beaches. And most especially, make sure that you get out there and support these communities. We thank you. We are excited to see y'all out there. We hope you enjoy it. And thank you for joining us for another episode. We'll see you again right here next month.